Who's just very good, very robust, knows how to play the matchup in every which way. Let's see. It's a best of 5 finally for KeeN. Can he take on Trap? Well, we're going to find out now. Map 1 is on Cyber Forest. $4,001.
Ew, they destroyed my beautiful number.
No.
Africa S2, KeeN.
By the way, guys, that's matches.
Matches.
Not even games.
Yeah. KeeN's been around since that was a tiny number.
Jin Air Green Wings, Trap.
Yeah, man. It's kind of funny, actually, right? We had the original group of Starcraft 2 pros, which included KeeN and some other players. Then the Kespa team switched over, and there was a question in some people's minds, not in your or my minds, about whether or not the Kespa pros would come to dominate.
Right.
They most certainly did. In fact, I recall there was one season where the only non-Kespa pro that made it into GSL, like all the best pros went into Kespa teams like Maru and stuff, the best non-Kespa pros joined the teams. And then the only true non-Kespa pro in one season was DRG, which was like this really fun thing, right? He was like the last holdout of the old guard. But over time, you know, things change and skill levels change. Some people retire, new pros came, but KeeN has always kind of been around. And yeah, I don't know. It's this. I have a lot of respect for it, Tasteless. I think because I see myself in KeeN somewhat as someone who just won't quit. I just
totally
keep playing, and he keeps playing. And
so
it's
many
like,
people, especially in gaming, just give up.
Yeah.
Or you'll see this especially on online forums, is people trying to convince themselves or other people to not invest time in a game because it's like too late.
Yeah.
Or
it's too hard.
It's too
or you
hard,
don't have the talent, or whatever it might be.
And you know, first of all, that's a kind of weird, depressing, self-defeatist attitude in of itself. But someone like KeeN is just here. He loves the game. He keeps trying. He's been showing up, and he's now here in the round of 8. And I think that's really worth celebrating.
It's super respectable. Hats off to KeeN. I hope that he delivers tonight. I mean, now that would be a story if he were to win or something, right? Let's not forget, Gumiho was the same person as KeeN almost until he won his GSL.
This is very important to point out. It was only a few years ago that Gumiho was another Terran.
It was 2 years ago, right? 2 years?
2.5? I think.
Maybe.
But he was always, my God, it's just not going to see that.
Well, it sees an SCV sitting there.
Yeah. See if he connects the dots.
I think Trap will connect the dots. But we'll see about that. Anyways.
That's where you got to immediately start a starport and then cancel it.
Oh, my God. I guess he
doesn't see it.
He has no idea. But, yeah, you know, who knows? Who knows? Let's see what KeeN has here. We see that he's prepared a very odd strategy. Look at this. I mean, whoa! He actually jukes it. That's really... I mean, this situation so far, he saves that, plus he's going to get a couple Hellions out. So, right now, Trap completely unaware of what's going on.
I wonder if he's got this timed out perfectly so that he'll have another Hellion so the Oracle's not going to be there.
Yeah,
you're always a little bit worried once you're hiding something in their base because you know the moment it's found, they can react.
If the Oracle's halfway across the map and he goes in, he's going to be in really good shape. Look at how many he's making. This is ballsy as hell. Because if this gets scouted, man, like the Oracle flies over it or something, you're so screwed. Waiting for 3, it's like there's a possibility of 0 damage and there's a possibility of a lot of damage.
He hasn't sent the Oracle out yet. He's waiting for the second Oracle to come.
3 Hellions. Uh-oh, okay, 2 Oracles in the main.
Okay, he immediately is going to turn these on. And, well, it doesn't pay for itself. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Only 4 probe kills.
You know, 4 is, you know, it doesn't pay for itself. That's certainly true. It wasn't completely terrible, right? 0 probes, you're like, oh, God. But it's also keeping the Oracle's back, so that's damage not happening to him. That's buying him plenty of time to get turrets up.
Correct.
He knows that this is going to be a 3 Oracle attack. It generally is nowadays, but he's like 100% sure of it, so we will see turrets go up, I would imagine.
But
yeah, okay, there you go, turret.
I think this also means Trap can comfortably take a 3rd and tech up.
Yes, definitely.
And the oracles can be used to tag medevacs, to defend.
Yeah.
To tag Widow Mines. And so, although Trap's build is now being pushed into a different direction, I still like this position for him more. Head,
I agree.
he waited, and I think, frankly, for KeeN, he probably should have been prepared to move in when the third Oracle would have been out and across the map, maybe even get 4 Hellions here. I think that's the moment you want to attack in.
You think you time it out for a 3 Oracle move out?
Well, I mean, if it's not spotted, the more Hellions you have in their
Did
main, the
he
better.
know that it was Stargate? Did the Reaper see that?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's...
I don't know, but...
Because that could be an interesting piece of it. Like, if you see the Stargate, maybe you can time it. If you don't, you got to be careful, because eventually they're going to put a pylon on the edge of the base, that type of thing. At the end of the day, I think it comes down a little bit to a little bit of randomness, a little bit of luck there based on what your opponent's doing. Oops. I like how he just kind of has a factory on the side of the map making Widow Mines.
Yeah, unfortunately, this factory has not done really anything. 5 gates are coming down, Zealot legs, as well as the armor upgrade.
Some nice tagging. I believe he has like 4 oracles right now, which is pretty crazy. A lot of great upgrades, as you said.
They're great for defending here.
Yeah, just tagging. I mean, even their damage output is really reasonable.
Yeah, you can just spray down all these Marines.
What do you think about this? 3 Marines. Huh.
I don't know. Maybe KeeN's a little bit wiggly.
It seems like it did fine, and he's got to get out with the rest of it, right?
Well, is he going to get away?
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I guess the trap wasn't immediate in trying to stop the medevac.
Yeah.
So we've got all those gateways done. The Templar Archives is on the way. And we're going to have another drop. It's coming here towards the southern part of the map. Trap is much more interested in just trying to build up. We have a third command center being made. There it is, another tagging of that. We are going to have a later third base here from KeeN. I don't know if we're going to have a push, but KeeN's third base is considerably later than Trap's.
That's definitely true. Okay, so with this medevac in there, he doesn't make a move with the other one. Doesn't really get that much damage done. I guess it's tagged, so really you can't. Yeah, I feel like we're getting into a situation where KeeN is going to have to turtle for a little bit. The army's going to be a bit too strong for Trap right now. And look at that composition too. 4 Phoenixes, 3 Oracles right now flying around as a group.
Well, it certainly makes it harder to drop or really get away with anything. And basically every time you send medevacs out, like we're seeing right now, you are at risk.
Yeah, you're gambling with this a little bit. Like, if you keep lots of pressure in other areas, maybe you can kind of figure out where the flying units are. But if your double medevac drop, for instance, gets caught, you are in so much trouble, mister.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
The army's going to go in between this? What? Oh, SCV's pulled. No, I'm sorry. He's expanded. I got excited. Oh, it's a special timing attack.
That's exactly what you were like.
Yeah. No, it's as you just see the armies moving around, you see the SCVs coming, you're like, here we go, guys.
Yeah.
The Protoss army is actually not going to be attacked in here.
Whoa.
That's some value right there.
Yeah, that was a good Widow Mine.
So Protoss taking a 4th, Terran on a 3rd. The air army's still roaming. Army's still tagged here.
You know,
can you just attack him as Trap here?
I think it's dangerous. Yeah, I think it's a little bit dangerous to attack him right now, but he doesn't really have he doesn't have mines or anything we don't have like liberators or anything there. You know, as these ghosts come out, it's going to become even more dangerous. Thing is, I think that the actual best play from Trap is to do exactly what he's doing. Like, maybe there's an attack there, and I know I could name a few players that would probably go attack right now, and maybe it would work, and I'm like, I didn't think he should do that, but he did, and it worked, a.k.a. Hero.
Yeah.
But, like, I think taking a 4th base, continuing upgrades, and getting into splash damage, that stuff's your bread and butter. You know?
I guess if you already have a tempo advantage as far as expansions goes, why would you not just keep that lead instead of trying to suddenly...
You're not really taking damage anywhere. You're just... Everything's scaling well in your army, I would say. Yeah. You know, I feel like it's a good position for Trap still. The Ghost coming out, I feel like that's the time where KeeN needs to try to make something happen. I love the turrets, though. Like, there's a lot of supply in the air right there, you know?
Yeah. Well, so
That's like 19 supply, and the turrets really
you don't want the
counter
Phoenixes
it
in
well.
a fight to get over there and get the pickups for the Oracles to distribute the extra damage.
Yeah. Turrets really have high DPS, too.
This might be a moment where Protoss is simply waiting for Terran to then take the next base before he attacks in. Because Trap, in a lot of ways, has finished the job. He has a maxed out army. He's now going to get Thermal Lance, Blink, the rest of his upgrades, another Forge, and just kind of go in here for the late game. Good pickup there.
I see 2 Vikings at a time being made, and there's 2 Vikings that are flying around. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You're playing against this many Phoenixes and Colossus. You have to have, this drop's starting to pay off less and less. But you have to have like serious Vikings if you want to make Vikings. You have to really truly shred everything that they have in the air. Because if your Vikings just sit there and fight Phoenixes and then your whole army dies, it's like, well, that was the most waste you could ever have had.
This is one of the problems is when there's a number of Phoenixes out already and you're behind in that Viking count.
Sometimes it's better to just make more Marauders or something.
Right, and try to fight in a big open area. Because if they have even a few Phoenixes, the Vikings, they don't shoot that fast. And they don't kill Phoenixes that quickly. Oh, my God.
Good EMP, I guess.
You can tell how bad that was. Artosis makes that sound where it sounds like he cut his finger, but he's actually passed in.
That's what I normally sound like.
Oh, really? That factory, never done. Never a day's rest for this factory that's been in this game the entire time.
It's too bad, too. Widowmines could be helpful here. All right, he's making 4 Vikings at a time. If we hit a critical mass of Vikings here, I'm talking you need at least 12 Vikings.
But can Protoss attack in before that moment comes? It seems like it would be a good time to do that.
He's actually going to have a really healthy amount of Vikings. Yeah. In a minute here. These next 3 pop out, yeah.
He's going to attack it now. Oh, Disruption. Well, we're going to see a Phoenix fight up there, too. Okay. Great EMPs there. It's kind of an odd angle for both sides.
Micro good, though.
Yeah, good EMPs.
Well, that was a good disruption ball. But these Vikings are seriously going to town. This is what he needed. Absolutely. Look at that. He eradicates the Colossus. The Phoenixes are no more. Pulls back the Oracle, so that's good. Oh, look at this. He's got a group out on the map, too. That has potential to cancel the base for sure. Oh, but these disruptors, that's kind of the scary thing here.
Oh, small counterattack here is going to deny this base.
Yeah, not bad.
Virtually all the supply here of Trap is actually going into this fight. The disruption balls come in. Some ground is being gained. Another good connection.
Ooh, yeah, nice split there.
Let's see if they can kill him like they did those Ultras in the dark games.
Hey, they're fighting well right now.
Oh, not for long. Oh, no.
Yeah, disruptors are really the true counter to Vikings.
Yeah.
But you know what? He held on there. He didn't actually lose much of his economy. He killed many of the valuable units of his opponent, and he denied a base. The thing is, Trap expanded again up to the north during all this, so Trap very much on top of things as well. You know, watching KeeN here, it's not exactly like watching Mario. He's bringing his own flair, though. Mm-hmm. He's playing well. It feels like Trap is playing really, really well, but KeeN's playing well.
Trap is very dead set on moving through this area. Now, if he can get onto the low ground and control this, he's going to cut off 3 separate locations from the Terran and probably ruin a lot of the rallies for a little bit here. War Prism
Look at this.
coming up.
It's funny to watch this army. Just blink Disruptor.
Okay, he comes forward. Is this a soft spot? Can he break in here? Now he needs to start preempting shooting these disruption balls out here.
Wow, the micro of KeeN is very good. Great splitting. He's targeted down some of the disruptors as well, but the army of Trap might be a little bit too strong here. Still rallying out a lot of units. Marauders coming down to help fight, but those Zealots get on top of them.
Oh my God, I think Trap might have actually just done enough damage.
Yeah, I think so. Hold on, the Viking flank.
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
Dude.
There is something to Stalker Disruptor where it's like very scary, but if miscontrolled, won't kill anything.
Yes. Well, if you miss your disruptions, it's like none of your units do anything.
Yeah. Okay,
Not
so Colossus tech. The Vikings are on the ground.
Not so much splash damage here.
Let's see if Vikings on the ground can kill Colossi too.
He's about to have 3-3. If KeeN can hold on a little bit longer and get rid of these Colossi.
Well, hold on. This splash damage is doing a lot. There's a lot of workers are going to be picked off. Another Colossus is coming out here.
He does get his +3 attack.
All right. But I think the damage might already be done, Artosis.
Yeah,
I think we're at the tipping point. GG. Trap takes game 1. But I'll tell you what, KeeN looked pretty good.
Yeah, KeeN looked pretty good. Like, Trap's PVT is top form right now, one of the best PVTs in the world. We've seen him dominating so many Terrans in the matchup. But yeah, KeeN, he did bring his own flair. He fought pretty well. I think he overutilized medevac drops against a Phoenix build, and that's always dangerous.
Yeah, he was almost playing his own game there. It was like he wasn't reacting or respecting what the other player was doing.
Yeah.
But KeeN looked pretty good. Oh, we got whistles in this song. There's like a rival caster yelling at us.
I miss music like that.
Okay, well, the guitars are back, and game 2 is about to be here now. KeeN looked good, but wasn't quite dancing the same dance that his opponent was, and it cost him. We're going to go to Thunderbird for map number 2. KeeN finally in the round of 8 after almost 9 years. Let's see if he can turn this one around and get it tied up 1-1. Otherwise, it's going to be Trap with a 2-0 lead and be 1 win away from going on to the round of 4 in the GSL.
Africa S2, KeeN. Jin Green Wings, Trap.
You know, let's not forget that game opened up with a factory float that didn't do a lot. And, you know, it was interesting. I wonder how much of that was reactive from Trap to go into the quick charge with the Phoenixes, because if you're going like charge Phoenix and your opponent has his factory at home, that can be more dangerous because they can mix Widow Mines into a larger Bioforce to try to hit you. And obviously mines are pretty good against both those units. So, you know, it's hard to say if that's like something that was pre-planned or not.
To be honest, KeeN was at a disadvantage early on.
A little bit.
He was not spotted with the factory. The Hellions, he got to get 3 of them out, but as he came in, it was the 3rd Oracle popping out. So immediately, the Oracle does damage much more quickly to the Hellions, and the Hellions can even damage the probes. So he kills that off. There's a factory now that didn't do almost anything despite being used the whole time. Blocking Nexuses, making Widow Mines, all sorts of stuff. So KeeN was in a bit of a disadvantage after his initial strategy didn't work. Here, in Game 2, he's opening up in a much more conventional way. He's just trying to get an expansion out here. We'll see if Trap wants to do anything crazy, or if KeeN wants to mix it up as the game progresses. But so far, we could have a more standard game, and maybe KeeN will be able to get the upper hand this time around and win.
Maybe. Stargate coming out again from Trap. Factory in the main base, though, for KeeN.
Let's see if it's going to be 3 Oracles.
I think
again.
Very likely it should be something similar to that last game. I don't know if he's going to make as many Phoenixes once again. But yeah, the 3 Oracle play is pretty strong.
Part of what happened in the last game is because he got his Oracles out, the factory was lifted. You're then able, look at this Reaper go.
Yeah, that's some Maru level micro, to be honest.
You're oftentimes able to then take a 3rd base. They're just on 2 bases. You might as well just take a 3rd. They don't have the same type of production muscle.
I'm excited, actually. I'm really excited to see what KeeN is going to try to pull off here. All right, so he's throwing down a tech lab. Probably Banshee. And this could be leaning towards the Trap's, you know, like of Oracle play.
Okay.
Well, the fact that he keeps him at home makes the Banshee seem a little bit weirder.
So the Oracle's coming.
Could be a Raven, though.
Maybe it is a Raven. Some kind of special timing attack.
Yeah, some of the Raven builds can be pretty cool.
You
Get
got
those
to
disables off on the right unit and sometimes bust through.
Okay, it's going to be
Cloakers.
Banshee Cloak. Oh my God. The Adept just comes in.
Just walks in like he owns the place.
Yeah. Opens up the cupboard, takes the cookies. I mean, this guy doesn't even ask.
Yeah. Eating whatever he wants.
He gets on the house owner's computer, changes his mouse settings without asking.
Oh, that's the worst.
That triggers me, dude.
That's the worst.
When someone's over at my house and I come on there and the mouse is a different setting, I'm like,
that's bad.
you are in
It's a
trouble.
good thing I have that stuff memorized. Because if I had to test to refind it,
Yeah.
never coming over again.
Oh, this Reaper's like, I can do it too. I'm going to get your cookies too.
Yeah, and he does.
And he does. He does not get to change the mouse settings, though.
Great scout. All
Yep.
right, cool.
So the Banshee's now headed out. The third base is being taken here. We do have a command center, a third one for the Terran that's just started. And so they could roughly get their third bases up at the same time.
Yeah, pretty close.
Should be a little bit of a lead here for Trap, but
Yeah.
we'll have to see how.
Especially because you normally get the orbital before you fly it too, so that's okay though. Protoss generally does get the quicker third.
I'm most interested in how many kills this Banshee may get.
Well, he canceled Cloak, and I think he's keeping it back because it got scouted. So he might save that for like the most random time ever.
So when there's like, Protoss is on a fourth base or trying to push out, then the Banshee will run in.
Maybe, yeah.
Just try to get a bunch of probe kills.
I think it's more useful than just sending it in right now.
Right.
I like that he's
mindlessly,
keeping
and then
it
it
back.
dies.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually did not notice it was scouted there. So we have the Robo on the way here too. And pretty soon the Protoss is going to fill in these mineral patches with more probes. We'll eventually get the gateway explosion. For now, Protoss is basically just trying to be ready to stop any kind of attack coming here from the Terran.
Yeah, and I mean he's choosing kind of the right techs here as well. He's playing very, very defensively right now. I think that's 4th and 5th racks coming up right now, likely. Oh wait, no, it's 2nd and 3rd. I'm sorry, that was a very much quicker 3rd command. Anyways, he has his double E-bays going. He's making some siege tanks, kind of some defensive plays here from KeeN.
Oh, he's going to try to shade
Not
up.
gonna
He
let him
does
in
get to
that
see exactly what's going on. Good scout. Sees the third landing here as well. 5 gates coming down. Blink about halfway done.
Yeah, I gotta force this Adept off finally. Well, no big surprise there. KeeN has occasionally gone mech in the matchup, but not really that much in tournament matches. Oh, that's annoying.
Well, also, KeeN's military service is right around the corner here. So, oh, hold on.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going this year or next year, because it could mean either. I hear people say that it's coming right up, and then it's like a year later.
Yeah, well, they can postpone, but I believe KeeN's old enough. It gets harder and harder to postpone.
One thing to mention: if he makes one more season of Codas, he gets the NST award. Ooh! Yeah, so
Don't go yet.
be kind of sad to leave at that point.
Yeah.
Not as sad as Supernova.
Oh my gosh. Okay, again, a lot more damage being dealt over here. Once more, a lot of the same ideas coming here. Zealot Legs is on the way. Now Protoss taking a 4th base. Protoss, I think, expanding a little bit more quickly than the Protoss did in the last game.
Double armory. What is
Whoa.
that? What is that?
I'm actually glad you caught that, Artosis.
Is that a
What?
mistake?
Well, I don't know how you
No,
get
they're
double
right next to
eBay
each
and
other.
double armory. Are you just going to turtle on 3 bases
There's a very
until
weird
the end of time?
There's a very weird mass siege tank bio build that I believe TY made a long time ago, but he sees 2 armory here. And kind of some annoying harassment. Are you really not going to get either of those? Oh my gosh.
Is he just going to go for the tanks? Okay. Yeah, that's also one thing you can do.
That looked like a weird attack.
Thought maybe he blinks on there, kills the tanks, and then all the stalkers die.
He canceled the 2nd armory. Okay, that was a mistake.
Okay.
Maybe he's a little bit shaken.
Well, there is probably a lot of pressure on him here.
Well,
you have
it
only one
might be-
player to play. You're not in the group.
He never makes it this far, right?
No. Well,
So, that
once a
in and
long,
of
long, long
itself
time ago.
can
So
make you have a lot of pressure.
you can freak yourself out when the pressure's on.
Yeah. What?
Hope he's coming back.
I like
Psych!
it. I like it.
Oh, double psych.
Oh, triple psych!
Oh, everybody got psyched. All of chat is psyching right now. So, Protoss continues to build up. Storm is coming. All the rest of the pieces of what you need to take on even the scariest Terran army are about to be here. Terran is not with a third yet. Maybe Terran is more interested in pushing on 3 bases than taking the 4th and defending. Actually, I guess we're getting that answer right now. It looks like Terran is pushing.
His 2-2 is still on the way.
This is happening the moment that Storm finishes, although there's no Templars I'm seeing on the screen right now.
Does this seem like an attack that can work to you?
Whose?
KeeN's.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime that major upgrade like Storm finishes, I don't think that's a...
it's like an anti-timer.
Yeah. It's like, well, this is... Oh, nice.
Yeah, a little bit scary right now. That is a lot of Zealots.
Yeah.
I don't know if attacking up this hill is the right choice, though.
Okay, he lost some of those Zealots there. He's going to go for some Storm drops here on top of the army. Beautifully done.
Ooh.
Completely annihilates that down there. Oh, man. Yeah, I think that was an anti-timing. You know, it is crazy when you take the top 16 players and then cut that into the top 8 and then cut that into the top 4. The difference in skill, even then in StarCraft 2.
It's really true.
This game is pretty hard.
It really is. KeeN's a very good player, but
he's so good.
Trap just looks better.
Yeah. I mean, this is just, it's insane, the difference. Poor KeeN. I don't know that KeeN is dead yet, but this is a very uncomfortable position that Terran can't allow to have occupied here by the Protoss for much longer, and I don't see any way of realistically stopping that.
No.
The algorithm that Trap followed is clearly better than the one KeeN did to get to this spot in this game.
Yeah, he's looking pretty darn strong right now. KeeN is trying to hold on everywhere that he can. Feels like Trap has had just a slight lead at all moments in these games.
GG. Trap with a 2-0 win. But not a victory in this best of 5. He's going to have to win 3.
Yeah,
The thing is, KeeN is just like... How do I say this and be nice?
Be mean, Pace. It's okay.
It's just like we're watching a guy. I don't know. Actually, it's too mean what I was going to say.
A lion eat a gazelle?
No. That's an old one. That's an old Tasis one. Looks like you've been following my career for a long time, Martosis.
You caught me red-handed.
Yeah.
Been a fan for a long time, Tasteless.
It's like, you know when, like, your little brother brings over one of his little friends and he wants to play you in a game that he's never played before?
Yeah.
And you're just going to dunk on him and smash him because you don't care about his feelings?
Yeah.
And you're, like, faster and smarter. And you've also just played the game more and stuff. And yeah, that's what this is like.
Ooh.
It's brutal. And KeeN's good, man. But
Yeah,
that's the difference right now between 2 players in the top 8. If KeeN could turn it around, it'll be on the map Acropolis, as that is map number 3.
You know what it feels like to me, Tasteless? Is that, like, KeeN loves Yu-Gi-Oh! And he has, like, a lot of the cards and stuff, but Trap has all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, all the best cards. And he's just like, hey, my deck's better than yours.
Yeah.
And I'm better at playing it, too, by a bit.
That's the worst kind of way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Give him your energy.
Africa S2, KeeN.
What we need to do is turn the letters around. Neek, change the K to a B.
Oh,
change his
damn.
race.
Jin Air Green Wings, Trap.
Well,
And
we
then
know
maybe
who
Trap's in trouble.
Yeah, well, he certainly would be in trouble then.
Yes.
We know that Neeb beats Trap PvP. That's already been tested years ago.
Maybe then he's got a chance. This time, KeeN does not go for a proxy or anything.
No, still playing. Well, I say normal, but game 1 wasn't really normal. But now we wait. Does Trap just go Stargate again? Is he just too comfortable with it? Too confident?
I mean, sometimes when you have one player that you know you can beat and you're going to bracket, and you know all the other players are watching because they're trying to figure out who they might face and, start cooking some ideas on how to handle, that player's play style. Sometimes it's better to just have a generic build. You know what kind of build you want? If the builds are cereals, you don't want your Fruit Loops, you don't want your Raisin Bran, you don't want your Wheaties. You want the bigger bag that's at the bottom, the generic stuff.
Yeah.
That was not as good and was cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
You want those kind of builds.
Yeah.
And they came in big bags. They weren't in fancy boxes, and there were never toys in them.
No, they were never toys in them.
You want that kind.
Yeah. The off-brand Cheerios.
Off-brand Cheerios, yeah. It's like Circle-Eos or something terrible like that.
And you don't have any milk to put in them, so you put your Mountain Lightning from Walmart into them.
There you go, your Mountain Lightning, because you can't afford Mountain Dew.
Yeah. That's the real sad breakfast.
That's the sad one.
It's the true sad breakfast.
Yeah.
And it's your birthday, and your parents forgot, so they buy you the truck at the gas station, the Hess truck.
The cheap garbage truck. I didn't mean truck that moves garbage. I mean a toy that is garbage.
Both.
It breaks.
Truly.
It breaks the same day you're playing with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we might see here. Well, I say that, but now he's going to.
Yeah, he's going to Twilight.
So I went ahead of this myself with this joke. But it is sometimes a good idea. If you want to completely mask everything else that you can do, why not do that?
Yeah, and it can throw your opponent off too. And the thing is, if it's just a straight up strong build, he did different branches off of it in games 1 and 2 anyways. One game Charge and Armor, maybe because the factory was out on the map. The other game Blink.
Blink. This time around?
Yeah, Blink just coming up. Nothing too crazy at the moment. Cyclone on the way. Huh. He cancels the Cyclone as he gets in and sees that he absolutely does not need it. Uh-oh.
Oh, wow, he can get right behind here. There's just not enough to defend.
That's a fresh mule, too. Yeah, that's good. I like that he sends the mule in the main.
I thought for a second he was going to get in the main, too. I'm like, are you serious? Okay, the robotics bay is coming down as well. This is actually pretty bad, guys, to interrupt this much mining early on.
Yeah,
and you're not losing anything as Protoss.
You're losing shade energy.
Shade energy is an infinite resource, Artosis, just like love.
Or hate.
Or hate.
Hate is an infinite
Don't forget,
resource.
guys, there's always enough hate to fill the entire world.
That's true.
That's a good twist on that that line, Artosis. I like that.
Infinite hate.
Or hate. You can hate as many things as you want.
Yeah. Just because I hate one Protoss build doesn't mean I don't have more hate in my heart for another.
Okay, Stim starting just as Blink finishes. And we have the Robo support bay coming down.
I imagine he's going to be going into Colossus, but it would be kind of cool to see that Blink Disruptor again. What is KeeN's plan?
I don't know, man, but it better work. Looks like, unless this probe is just there and forgotten about, we'll have a third base coming here shortly.
Look at that, 3 more gates.
Oh, maybe he actually wants to put the probe there and actually try to mislead him. Like you scan, you're like, oh, he's going to make a Nexus any second now.
It certainly makes you very safe, right? Like, this build that we're seeing going into Colossus Tech before your Nexus and adding 3 more gates when you already have Blink, you're not going to die. That's for sure. Nothing can kill you.
I don't think you have to play the most efficient game here. The way that the last 2 games have looked. Just have enough. Also, KeeN seems to get in some weird spots in some of these late games. Like that last game where he pushed. Like, I don't really know what that was. Like, I don't know why he'd do that. Storm had just finished.
He didn't even get very far. He was barely outside his base.
Yeah. No, he was basically just not turtle up at home, and Protoss just Hulk smashed him.
Yeah. Well, the Observer's getting some good scouting off.
Looks like he does see it now. And it dies. Nicely done.
Small victory.
Thermal Lance as well as Charge is coming. Are we going to have a push?
Yeah. You definitely have to. Like, you can't
Well, you can't just sit on 2 bases.
You don't just sit here with this amount of production. He should be making his 3rd behind this as well. See what he can do with this pressure. I mean, maybe there'll be 1 Colossus in the battle without Thermal Lance, but that's about it. The second, I guess, will pop out in time. Oh, man.
That sucks.
Glorious combat is upon us.
Is it glorious combat that's upon you? 1 shade.
Well, upon the Protoss,
glorious combat.
Yeah.
Stim down, killed so fast, under a second.
Whereas we click the medevac and it goes, I'm scared.
Yeah.
And it should be because he just lost.
Yeah, tell my wife I.
Yeah. Oh my. I don't see a 3rd command center behind this.
All right.
Is this some sort of weird wonky push?
It's called YOLO.
Oh my gosh.
And it never got more real until you died in GSL.
Ooh, these Reapers can get up there now.
Took me a second. I'm like, what?
Oh, man, that's important.
He's got to power the charge. It's actually pretty important.
Yeah, I mean, charge is important. I'm not sure, like, he's waiting so long to do anything, it's making me really nervous.
I think KeeN might be really nervous too, Artosis.
Could be.
3rd base is just now started. Ugh.
Let's see, Power's
going to push up here.
Okay, he has another army coming in as well. Maybe he eliminates the 3rd during this. I mean, that's a hard position to attack into. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I mean, this isn't terrible, right? He's being very annoying with this. He's not really losing anything. So that's good. Charge is done, though. It's kind of a scary-looking army, truthfully.
Yeah, but as time passes, man, I mean, it's hard to get in here with these Colossi out, right? Every time you fire, you're going to eat a shot of those thermal lances. He might try to pick up and loop back. Oh, no, there's siege tanks and siege mode.
Dragged him into a lot of mines there, but yeah, it seems like there's enough here from Trap.
Here we go, into the main.
Oh, okay.
Watch this.
Oh, recall.
Okay, I'm just not sure about KeeN's strats in his best of 5. It just seems like Trap is always just getting ahead, and it's not from fights or extreme timing attacks. It's like if you leave him alone, Trap's better with his building blocks than KeeN is.
Yeah, well, I feel like what we're watching this game is what Trap is doing probably worked quite well in practice. But unless he was practicing against, like, stats, he's not practicing against someone good enough to really emulate what Trap can do, I think, in a defensive PvT, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, what we're seeing is just Trap is playing just a very clean, excellent game.
Okay, this is a push that's going to ignore the 3rd, as this is the less likely defended location, and actually interrupts the reinforcements from merging. We do have a counterattack here. There's enough pylons he could try to warp in an army to try to fight that. And now he shoves into the 3rd. There's no way to easily get these SCVs out. It appears that Trap is going to either recall soon at that Nexus or just give up that location entirely because he can take out the natural as well, which basically keeps KeeN on 1 base.
Yeah, a lot of SCVs out on the map. Maybe
oh my
he
God.
can hold on up here. The blink forward into a bunch of Marauders. Not sure how smart that was.
Well, he's killing all of the workers here.
Yeah, he's killing quite a few of them. I'll give you that.
And I think there might be barely enough. You know, these Terran bases are sort of set up like ant farms that the Protoss army can't quite get through.
Well, they're in another way, they're like ant farms. When the Protoss who owns the ant farm walks up the ramp, you can still kill all the ants in it.
Yeah, that's true. They are, at the end of the day, ants.
Especially if he pours water into the ant farm.
Ooh, Artosis. Dude, the image. Oh, that's so sad. Where did you get that from?
Watching this game,
when
Tasteless.
I was a kid, I killed a bunch of ants, Tasteless. I'm a psychopath. Thanks, Artosis. I murdered a lot of insects as a child, Tasteless. I know all sorts of things.
Oh.
Well, not only, you know what that was like? That game was like watching Artosis versus an ant farm, and he had a glass of water in hand. Yeah. Wow. Okay. We're going to go to an interview now. KeeN God. Just power bomb.
Yeah, he did.
You know in fighting games where they're beating up the guy and then they break the floor and they fall through and then the
Yeah.
combo continues and